Throughout history stands a monumental figure named Marcus Aurelius, considered an icon of supreme power. He distinguished himself not only through his position but through his rigorous moral life, devotion to principles, and profound philosophy. Unlike other Roman emperors, he rejected excess and luxurious pleasures, from wine-soaked feasts to bloody spectacles in the Roman Colosseum. He clearly saw his mission, to serve humanity, a noble task bestowed by fate. With this spirit, Marcus Aurelius dedicated himself wholeheartedly to fulfilling his life's meaning, never allowing himself to become entangled in fleeting worldly pleasures. One of Stoicism's core principles is the ability to distinguish between what we can control and what lies beyond our control. Epictetus, one of this school's great thinkers, clearly pointed this out in his teaching: some things are within our power, while others are not. This awareness isn't just clear, it's profound, opening a new perspective on the world and our interaction with it. Based on this principle, Stoic philosophy doesn't call us to completely withdraw from the world. Instead, it encourages us to accept and realistically approach our limitations. They believe that focusing on things beyond our control only brings unnecessary burden. When life fills with suffering, it often happens because we care too intensely about factors outside our sphere of influence. If we continue allowing external factors to govern us, we become puppets in fate's hands. We often blame those who control us, but in reality, we voluntarily surrendered that power. Once we stop paying attention to external influences, they lose their power, and we gain true inner peace. Marcus Aurelius' ability to remain unshaken before things beyond his control allowed him to navigate the numerous trials he faced as emperor. He could focus on the task he believed the gods placed upon him. For Epictetus, freedom meant not surrendering to external forces while concentrating on meaningful goals. For others, it could be the path to a content and carefree life. When life becomes difficult, what should we stop worrying about? And how do we do this? This video is a free exploration and interpretation of Marcus Aurelius' philosophy on learning to worry less about anything. In his meditations, Marcus Aurelius distinguishes between present, past, and future. The emperor offers valuable insights on how we worry too intensely about the wrong things. For clarity and structure, let's begin with the future. As Seneca once said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. This implies our thoughts about the future are the source of our suffering. When it comes to the future, our imagination tends to run wild, creating numerous scenarios of what might happen, most of which will probably never occur. Faced with this, we ruminate on how to handle possible consequences, trembling at the thought that we don't know how the future will unfold or how our life will turn out. In some cases, what we predicted happens, but in many others, fate catches us off guard, making us feel overwhelmed by events we cannot foresee, for better or worse. Marcus Aurelius wrote that what burdens us isn't what happens, but how we handle it in the present. All suffering from the future occurs in the present. Curiously, it's not that the future happens in the present, but because when we excessively worry about future events, life gradually becomes torturous as we transport them into our imagination, allowing these future anxieties to poison our current moment. So what did Marcus Aurelius say about excessive worry about the future? First, consider this quote: "Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." He indicated that if you can handle the present, you can also handle the future. Marcus Aurelius was a practical man dealing with the situation he lived in at that moment. When he focused on the present, he understood he could endure it. So why couldn't he handle what was to come? This perspective resembles the concept of amor fati, love and acceptance of fate. Reinforced by confidence that if you can endure something now, you can handle it later. Instead, he focused on how he could manage what he experienced in that moment. By doing this, he realized he could endure it. And if so, why couldn't he handle what would come later? This perspective is similar to the idea of amor fati, loving one's own fate, but with the belief that if you can endure this, you can handle it. Regarding the past, Marcus Aurelius understood that life is fleeting and brief. In the vast world beyond our reach, the past, like the future, lies in a domain where we cannot act. What's done is done. And unless we invent time travel, we cannot change it. Marcus Aurelius said, "Remember that man lives only in the present, in this fleeting instant. All the rest of his life has either passed and vanished, or is yet to come. Therefore, dwelling on what has passed is pointless and senseless. In the present, it's not that past events don't affect the present, or that we can't learn from past events. We cannot work with the past. It's beyond our reach. Memories of our past are often hazy. What exactly happened is complex, since it depends on our personal perspective and point of view. We cannot change what happened. The only thing we achieve by constantly replaying past events in our minds and reliving the pain they caused is making ourselves miserable. Some may think that by thinking about the past, we somehow control it, but this is an illusion. The past is gone, and we're only dealing with thoughts about what disappeared and will never return. I wish I'd done this differently, many say. But they're demanding the impossible. These desires can never be satisfied. Instead of focusing on past events, Marcus Aurelius focuses on how he relates to them. We cannot control past events, and very likely we couldn't control them when they happened in the present. However, we can control how we relate to them. Initially, we may perceive the past as unfavorable situations. Perhaps we experienced a difficult childhood filled with deprivation and trials, or we might have experienced the end of important relationships we thought would last forever. These could be entrepreneurial ventures ending in failure, projects we hoped for success that ultimately didn't succeed. However, the past isn't merely a series of misfortunes, but part of our journey. It can help us learn, mature, and grow. Past difficulties and failures can help us better understand ourselves, explore our boundaries more deeply, and find ways to overcome them. They can become valuable lessons that make us stronger and better prepared for future trials. View the past as part of your story, an integral but not solely defining part of your life. It's a source of inspiration to move forward and build a better future. Don't let the past shape your thinking and decisions. Use it to become stronger and more confident before upcoming trials. But for Marcus Aurelius, the essence of these events isn't important. What matters is how he relates to them. He poses the question, can we really call something unfortunate if it doesn't violate the essence of human nature? Can you say something is a misfortune if it doesn't contradict human nature? Do you think what doesn't violate nature's will can disrupt it? Do you know nature's will? Did what happened prevent you from acting justly, prosperously, correctly, confidently, honestly, humbly, with qualities allowing your true nature to flourish? Marcus Aurelius doesn't completely disregard the past's value. He views the past as guidance. When it comes to the future, our imagination tends to work uncontrollably, creating multitudes of scenarios of what might happen, many of which may never come to pass. First, we think about how to handle possible consequences, trembling with fear of the unknown future or what will happen in our life. In some cases, what happens is what we predicted, but in many others, fate surprises us with events we couldn't foresee, for good or ill. Some people spend much time and effort preparing for the perfect retirement, but sometimes life doesn't go according to plan and these plans may not materialize. Nevertheless, giving up isn't worth it. Instead, we can learn to adapt to changes and adjust our plans to create a meaningful and exciting retirement. On the threshold of life's golden years, a late-stage cancer diagnosis with only months to live. The possibility of such events generates much anxiety, constantly pondering the best and worst that could happen. What if World War III breaks out? What if I lose all my money? Such adverse outcomes are possible, but is it worth worrying about them in advance? As Seneca suggested, the future troubles us because we think about it. It exists only in our minds. If you faced a life-threatening cancer diagnosis, what would prevent you from living today and enjoying each precious moment of your precious life? Stand up, hold your head high, no matter what. Whether trivial or significant things, put on your best clothes, your best shoes, and create moments that will be remembered even after you're gone. Marcus Aurelius focuses on his reaction to events. We cannot control the past and perhaps cannot control it when it happens in the present. However, we can control how we face these events. Initially, we may view the past as an unfavorable situation. We might have experienced a difficult childhood or the end of a friendship or failure of entrepreneurial efforts. But for Marcus Aurelius, the essence of these events doesn't matter. What matters is how we relate to them. He posed the question, can we call something a genuine catastrophe if it doesn't violate the essence of human nature? Can you say something is a catastrophe if it doesn't contradict the essence of human nature? Or do you think what doesn't encroach on nature's will can violate it? Do you know what nature's will is? Did the events that occurred prevent you from acting justly, with self-control, with wise judgment, honestly, humbly, and sincerely, qualities that allow your natural essence to flourish? Curiously, Marcus Aurelius didn't completely reject the past's value. He viewed the past as guidance, observing how events unfold and repeat cyclically. From the past, we can draw conclusions about the future. This brings us to the present. Marcus Aurelius realized that the present moment is all we have. It's the narrow field within our reach. While the past and future are vast domains beyond our control, the present exists only in the moment, and the rest of our life has either passed or isn't yet revealed. And yet we often focus beyond the present. We become dissatisfied with how life unfolds at this moment, perhaps because everything isn't going according to plan or because our desires aren't yet satisfied. That's when the present moment becomes agonizing captivity where we endure the oppression of the future or cling to the elusive present. Marcus Aurelius' advice is to fully enjoy the present moment, accepting it as it is. He advised remembering that we cannot control the world's course, or we cling to what we have. He believed the world's course isn't in our power, but our reaction is in our power. Although we cannot control external events, we can control how we react to them. Imagine you had a difficult childhood full of obstacles and deprivations. It might be easy to label your past as a series of misfortunes. However, according to Marcus Aurelius' philosophy, what's important isn't calling these events disasters, but how you choose to react to them. He believed that facing real events, if you don't view them as disasters, they won't harm you. It's all about perspective. Instead of fixating on past hardships, focus on how this experience shaped you and made you stronger. This way, you're following Stoic philosophy, accepting what you cannot change and finding inner strength in the present. Marcus Aurelius viewed nature's laws as his guide. If he resisted nature or experienced anger or sadness toward it, he would become a deserter, fleeing from what he should harmonize with. Imagine you're going through a fairly difficult period in your personal life. You've lost an important relationship and feel sadness and despair. According to Stoic philosophy, you can approach this situation as follows. First, accept the situation. Accept that losing a relationship is part of life and you cannot completely control it. What's important is how you handle it. Second, focus on self-worth. Instead of blaming yourself or feeling hopeless, focus on self-development and building self-worth from within. Third, learn and grow. View losing a relationship as an opportunity to learn something and strengthen yourself. What lessons can you extract from this situation and how can you become stronger? Fourth, live in the present. Don't waste time worrying about the past or fearing the future. Focus on the present and engage in what brings you joy. Fifth, connect with your surroundings. If you feel lonely, try to communicate with friends and get support. Finally, Cope with emotions. Learn to manage and control your emotions, rather than letting them control you. This is the art of living. It's not about amazing and fortunate external circumstances we encounter because they're unstable, fragile, and changeable. It's about how we handle the events we face. That's what we should think about. Focus on this. Try to live in the present, regardless of the circumstances you face. Start changes with what's in your power. Just start. Don't look at others. Don't look to the future. Don't fixate on the past. Look at what's right in front of you and just start. I hope you'll achieve the desired positive results in life. Remember, motivation may fluctuate, but be persistent and consistent in everything you do. Before finishing, I want to share with you an interesting story about how Marcus Aurelius completely changed the life of a man named David. David is a young, energetic person, but his life was always tense and full of pressure. He works every day in a large company and always feels tired and unmotivated. During that difficult period, David began studying Marcus Aurelius' philosophy about how to live meaningfully and work with a moral soul. David was deeply impressed. He began studying Stoicism more deeply and applying this philosophy in daily life. He learned to relate more calmly to work pressure, better cope with stress, and focus on truly important life values. Thanks to Marcus Aurelius, David's life completely changed. Life is no longer as stressful and tense as before, and he noticed enormous changes in his thinking and spirituality. Remember, life is a continuous journey, and there are precious moments that can completely change our lives. Thanks to Marcus Aurelius' reflections, we touch success and happiness. This video offers valuable advice and wisdom from one of history's greatest philosophers. It's time to refresh your life with a new wind. Take a moment to enjoy this video, a window into a world of new discoveries and understanding. We firmly believe that through these true moments, you'll find inspiration and deep understanding. If this video touched your heart, don't hesitate to like and share it with everyone around you. Let's create a community full of knowledge and rich experience, because each of our materials is a step toward more conscious perception of the world. Join our channel where each video is a new adventure opening the door to infinite enlightenment and inspiration. Subscribe to our channel and you'll never miss many exciting journeys into the world of Stoicism. Thank you for becoming part of this journey, and we look forward to sharing even more information with you in the future. See you in the next videos. Train your mind. Master your life.